All right. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Glenn Wilson here at Movement Mortgage. And hey, man, the high level guests continue to stack up on our People You Should Know podcast. So, man, I'm excited this morning to have the opportunity to spend some time with Coach Sanderson, head men's basketball coach here at Faulkner University. We're going to talk a little bit of basketball. And I know what you may be saying. Hey, it's football season. It is football season, but in preparing for this today with Coach, I looked at the schedule. We got 60 days until tip-off right outside this door right here, right?
Not enough time, that's for sure.
That's right. It'll be here before we know it. So basketball season is upon us. Known Coach Sanderson and his family for a long time. His son Grant, a couple episodes ago, you guys got a chance to meet Grant. Grant is the head basketball coach at Trinity for the middle school boys. Grant also coaches some travel basketball here in town, does a lot of lessons. So you guys got a chance to meet Grant. And so happy to have Dad on today, learn a little bit about Dad. And we're going to talk about here in a little bit a fundraiser that Faulkner has coming up as well that I want you guys to get involved with as well. So let's talk some basketball and teeing that up, talking about Grant and you. There is a bloodline of coaching in the Sanderson last name.
Very much so. You know, my dad coaching for close to 40-something years and being at the University of Alabama, and my brother's coaching as well. Now, I have 4 sons, and my youngest one, Grant's the one that's not smart enough and decided he wanted to coach for a living. But, you know, you have a passion for it. And I have a passion for coaching. I have a passion for change for young people. And I was saying that yesterday in a church group, just seeing people when you first get them and who they become as you have them, that's very rewarding to me.
You know, it's a lot of things we talk about on here we talk about leadership, leadership development. We talk about it in investing in others, especially for men. We've talked about that on the first episode with Pastor Chris about how men need other men in their life to build them up. Those relationships you formed over the years, I'm sure you've got probably 3 or 4 episodes of content to tell on here. But I do want to ask you, and we're going to talk a little bit where I'm going to talk about the upcoming season, but something I thought about preparing for this. There are some people that watch this in the business world that are recruiting managers. I'm a recruiting manager, so I'm looking for good high-level talent loan officers to join our team. And there's folks in the real estate world that watch this, whether it's realtors or closing attorneys, those type folks that are the same thing. Recruiting is the lifeblood of what you do. Tell me a little bit about what do you look for when you're recruiting, what stands out, and tell me about your recruiting process.
Well, you know, finding guys that can play, to me, that's the easy thing to do. You know, what kind of people are they? Who are they when they're away from everybody else? I mean, what are their characters? You know, can I trust them? You know, those are the things that I am more concerned about. You know, how do they treat their parents?
Yeah.
You know, you could tell a lot about a kid when you walk in his home and he's acting one way or another with his parents, or how he interacts with his coach. And so those things to me are just as important as the playing ability. Don't get me wrong, you got to be able to play a little bit, but the other things as far as your character and who you are and the kind of person you're going to be, and you're this way coming in here and you're going to leave a better man. I just think those things are so important. I mean, this past weekend, Ron and I went up to Birmingham, and we had one of our kids, Eddie Ard, who got married, and he played for me in 2008.
Yeah.
And 5 of my guys were there. And what an awesome experience to see those guys. And I remember who they were when they were playing with me 14 years ago. And now to see who they become, and hopefully I've had a small part in helping that.
That's awesome. I can tell you there's a guy here at Faulkner that you've probably met along the way. I know he helps with the football team, Steve Phillips.
Mm-hmm.
Steve, I feel like I'm getting old now, and I'm not trying to age Coach Phillips, but he was our 7th grade C-team basketball coach, you know, back in the day at Goodwin Junior High School.
Mm-hmm.
And he was one of the first coaches that had an impact on me as a young man. And now, as I'm getting to be an old man, I can still look back on some lessons that he taught me way back in 7th grade. I know that's cool being on the leadership side of that, to see these guys you've invested in to grow into men.
Because every player you get, you know, I probably coached 400 or 500 athletes, and every one of them's foundation at home is different. Their mom might have raised them, their dad might have raised them, their grandma might have raised them. In this case, Eddie Ard, he pretty much raised himself, and his sister raised him. I mean, there's the deck was stacked totally against this kid. And here it is, 2022, and he's a financial consultant in Nashville, Tennessee,
Yeah.
and killing it and doing unbelievable. And he's married, and it's just, to see where he is now today, that guy's a great example of anything's possible. Don't let anybody tell you can't do something.
Yeah. Something Grant mentioned when we met a month or so ago, he went to these camps this summer, and he called me the evening that he got done. I think it was the second day that he was at Baylor, and was talking about all these measurables that these coaches are looking at. And one of them was body language, like not only your body language on the court, but what's your body language like when coach subs you out? What's your body language like when you're on the bench? And that they've got cameras recording those guys, and now there's somebody that's tracking that stuff.
Yeah.
And I know after he talked to you, you've done that in the past too, but I love those things because it's more than just a layup or ability to make a 3-pointer or play good defense. You're preparing these guys past Faulkner basketball to be men, and those things matter.
I tell them all the time, when you walk in the gym and I see your face, is your face going to give me energy, or are you going to suck the life out of a gym? Because there's kids that I've coached, and we've all been around them where they just suck the life out of a gym. And so your body language and who you are and who you're going to become is vital to winning.
Yeah.
And I've told our team last week, we're going to be over the top about great body language, and I'm going to create some adversity in the preseason just so I can see how you guys are going to react. So I'd rather figure it out now than before we get into the season.
Yeah.
So we're going to create a little adversity now just to kind of see, how do we handle it? How do different guys handle, tough situations? Because the rest of our life we're going to be challenged, and I know you've heard it a million times. It's not really what happens to you; it's more about how you respond to what happens to you. And I think that's really important, especially for young people.
Amen. That's awesome. Coach, I do want to, before we talk about the fundraiser, and I wrote this down because I don't want to screw this up. This is season 9 for you here, right?
I think it is. It's going away. It's 8 or 9. It's going pretty quick.
It goes by fast, doesn't it?
This is my 39th season of coaching.
Wow.
That's what I said the other day. Wow.
39 years of impacting young men. How about that? And coaching. That's incredible.
I just enjoy, somebody the other day asked me, how much longer are you going to do it? And I love winning. But I also really, really enjoy seeing change from people. And I tell our guys, we live in such a negative world.
We do.
That anytime I can be positive to them, every one of them, we had all 17 of our guys, went to church together yesterday over at Landmark, which was completely awesome. It made my day, and I told them that. And I'm constantly communicating with our guys every day about their minds and what they're filling their minds with. Because whatever you fill your minds with, that's a powerful. That's coming back.
It is.
So I just, I'm really passionate about it. And as long as I can have an impact on them, as long as I can know how to communicate with them, then I want to keep coaching because I really enjoy what I'm doing.
Yeah, well, you're doing a great job, and so last year 26-7, made it to the round of NAIA 16.
Yep.
And that was third straight year of going to Kansas City.
Yep.
And last year, just on the other side of this door right here was some incredible basketball games. I've told people before, we've got good basketball east of here. We got good basketball west of here. We've got great basketball in the city of Montgomery. If you have not come to a Faulkner basketball game, this season is the season to check it out. Last year, you guys during the regular season so the team that beat you guys in the round of 16, you guys beat them handily. They were ranked number 1 at the time.
And they won the national championship.
And then they won the national championship. Buzzer beaters. There was some incredible games that took place here last year. There is some fantastic basketball in the capital city and here at Faulkner University. If you haven't been to a game, you're missing out because there's some really good basketball and there's a fantastic basketball team. Talk about the team that's coming back. You've got some folks coming back and had a good year recruiting as well.
We did. We got 4 of our 5 stars coming back. We've done very well in recruiting. We've got some really good players, some great high character kids, and the last 3 years we've gone 79-14. That's a lot of basketball games. But as good as we've been, I honestly feel like we have a chance to be even better this year. Our schedule is extremely difficult. We got like 5 or 6 top 25 teams in a non-conference, which is going to test us early on. But we have a really good internal leadership. I had 4 of the seniors over to my house Saturday before school started, and we had dinner at my house. My wife made dinner for all of us, and we just kind of talked about how important internal leadership is. I'm a firm believer that the best teams are not coach-led, the best teams are player-led.
Yeah.
And so there needs to be, and these guys are great leaders, but I'm just really trying to speed their world up and help them become more effective leaders. And like I told them, every kid on the team, they're all going to hear and respond to you differently. And part of being a good leader is trying to figure out, how do they hear?
Yeah.
Because if you speak Chinese and they understand Japanese, we're in trouble.
That's right.
You got to be able to speak their language. And so we had a great meeting, and I'm just excited. Like I told our team today, I texted them this morning. I said, this is the week number 2 in preseason, and we got a chance to be special, but we've got to work every day.
Yeah. Can't wait to see it. And I told you, I think it was Saturday when I called you, I think, or Friday maybe. I told you I got 1 year eligibility left. if you need some help somewhere down low or something.
Absolutely. We always need good rebounders, that's for sure. We need good guys who can clear some space out.
I can clear some space. Now I may be giving you this after a couple times down court.
That's all right. That's okay. That's okay.
Coach, you've got a fundraiser coming up on Monday, October 3rd. Birdies for Basketball, Wind Lakes Country Club. We have we've had the opportunity to play in this, playing with some guys this time around. It's a lot of fun. The timing of the year, the old saying, timing is everything. A golf tournament in October is 100 times better than a golf tournament in June or July.
100%.
So the timing is perfect. Monday, October 3rd, you got lunch at 11 o'clock. We'll tee off at 1. Tell us a bit about the golf tournament and what you guys do with those proceeds.
Yeah, it's just a great event. We'll have hopefully around 16, 18 teams. This past year, we bought a brand new scores table, which was awesome. And we put all the advertised on our scoreboard. And so some years we've gotten uniforms. We've got, this year we're getting one of those rugs, those runners that go under the bottom. I'm just trying to clean it up, and I think our team is first class, and I want us to be first class. I want to keep adding. I don't want to stay the same. And so we're trying to, this is the only fundraiser. We do one fundraiser a year, because I really only have time to do one fundraiser a year. Right. So we're trying to raise the money. All the proceeds go all to men's basketball. They don't go to athletes. They go to men's basketball only. And it's just a great event, getting guys out there. And we've had a bunch of teams like yourself that play every year. I have several people that don't play golf that just want to sponsor a team. Yes. And so we've had a bunch of people that, hey, I don't play golf, but I want to support you. I want to support your program. I will give you this gift or whatever, and you provide a team out there. And Wind Lakes has been obviously very, very good to us. I'm a member out there, and it's just a good way just to, like I said, to raise money for our players. And I just feel like it's important that if I take care of my players and do right by my guys, then when it comes practice time, I can coach those guys how I want to coach them. And that's really important to me, because there's, they got to be able to trust I'm going to look after. They got to be able to know that I care about them, and to raise money, to do a little extra for them and for their parents is really, really important to me. And so it's October 3rd, about a little over a month away. We got like half the field already filled. We'll probably, it's always hard to get in those last 3 or 4 teams, trying to get those teams, but we're looking forward to a great afternoon.
Absolutely. Well, it's going to be fun. I can't wait to play again. We will put the information to the golf tournament in the details below, so we'll put the link to sign up. Yeah. Also put the link to Faulkner basketball. So like I said, we've got some great basketball here, so we'll put the link to Faulkner basketball so you can see the schedule, meet the team, learn some more about Coach Sam. I wish I had more time, because I love talking about the little things, kind of season by season, and maybe we can do that as the basketball season kicks in. We can meet 1 or 2 more times and talk some more X's and O's and talk some of that stuff. But everything Faulkner basketball we'll put down in the description, social channels, so you can follow. But Coach Sanderson said it. If you even if you don't play, we'd love for you to help support especially here locally, being able to support an organization that is pouring into young men, that's loving on young men, helping them be better, I think is a great way to not only financially impact here, but also an eternal impact, because I know you're pouring that into these young men as well, and I think that's even more important than basketball.
100%. You know, I started probably 5 or 6 years ago. I send my guys, my whole team, a text every day. And it might be a scripture, it might be something to do with the mind, today it was about your positive attitude and your outlook on life, and it's just so I'm just trying to form their minds the way they think. You know, again, I always ask them, who is your support group? Who are you around the most, and is that a good thing?
Yeah.
You know, are those the kind of people that are trying to help you get to where you want to get to? And so I try to make them aware of that. I try to make them aware of, you know, looking adults eye to eye on campus and communicating with them and telling them about your needs, whatever the case may be. I just think those things are important. Don't shy away from that. We have several guys that are working in the community right now, working different jobs in the community, and I've always felt, you know, athletes, not just basketball, but athletes in general, for the most part, a lot of them were good employees because they understand the importance of time, they understand the importance of teamwork and working together and trying to accomplish a goal bigger than themselves. And so we got several seniors this year that, matter of fact, a couple of people already have got them lined up to interview them for jobs, because, I mean, I think that highly of them. I wouldn't put my stamp on them if I didn't think that, and I think that highly of them. I think they'll be good employees one day.
Absolutely. You prepare them for life.
I'm trying to.
Prepare them for life. You're doing some great things here, brother. Can't wait to play some golf. Probably 2 weeks after that, we'll have the ball tipped up in the air and basketball season.
Playing Huntington
Huntington
right here on the
first game.
27th of October. And my son got all over me. I said, "What's wrong?" He said, "That's a national holiday." I said, "What is?" He said, "That's my birthday."
You just bring some birthday mojo in here then, right? We can celebrate birthday afterwards.
Absolutely.
So two Montgomery teams tipping off October 27th. Put that on your calendar. Come watch great basketball here. You'll get to see this man in action. Coach, thank you for your time. Thank you for your investment in our city and our community. Thank you for investment in these young men. And thank you for budgeting out some time to talk a little bit about this fundraiser.
I'm more than happy, and I appreciate you having me.
Yes, sir. All right, you got it. We'll put all the information down in the description. Hope to see you playing some golf with us on Monday, October 3rd. And come out and watch some Faulkner basketball seasons, or some basketball this season. So until next time, love God and love others. Have a great day.